Do y'all see stupid written on my forehead anywhere? Cause I don't see it. Who gonna open that door? Not I. Hello my beauties and welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a story time. It's not really a good story time, but today's a story time. Sit back, story time. Should I get some wine for this story time? Nah. Alright guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so that way you get notified every time I drop a new video. Alright guys, let's get into the story time because I have to hurry up so I can get my son ready for bed tonight. So I just want to go ahead and get the story time over with for you guys. Hey, y'all will be in the know of what's going on with your girl. The sugar honey iced tea, boo boo. Yes, the sugar honey iced tea, y'all. So let's go ahead and get into this video. So today's video is going to be a story time about the time that we almost got robbed. Or so it seemed. Y'all just stay tuned with this video and let me know down in the comments below what y'all think, whether this person was up to no good or whether it was just, you know, somebody just being a regular, digger, smegular person. I don't know. We'll see. Alright guys. Woosah. I'm still kind of shaken up about this whole thing. Still kind of shaken up about it. Like, who does that? Who does that? Only a weirdo does stuff like that. Alright, so this happened like about last week sometime. The end of last week. So it's very, very fresh on my mind. It was like around 6:30ish p.m., 6:30ish p.m. I was getting our son ready for bedtime, starting our normal regular routine for the evening, feeding him, playing with him, getting his bath out the way, etc, etc. And I was in the kitchen standing there just feeding him. Next thing you know, our dogs bark. They're like just barking, going crazy, and they're going to the front door, and I'm like, why are they going to the front door barking? Like, didn't nobody ring a doorbell, you know, what's going on? So I go to look up and I look at the front door and I see a person standing there at the front door. Like, I could literally see their silhouette, like them standing there. And they're super close, like super close to the door. And don't pay attention to my nails, okay? Sis, I gotta get them done, okay? Yeah, he was just standing there, like, just posted up, standing there. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I'm not expecting nobody. Like, dude, it's broad daylight. It's broad daylight. And you trying to pull a slick stunt like that? Really? In broad daylight? Oh, you bold. You real bold. Okay. Alright, let's just see how bold you are. Let's see. I was on the phone with my mom, and then my husband called, so I had her to hold on real quick so I can answer the phone to see what he wanted. And as I'm on the phone with him, that's when all this is transpiring. Mind you, we have ADT camera system that's supposed to be alerting me, supposed to be sending notifications to my phone, supposed to be, you know, supposed to have recorded this whole thing, and did not record jack shh. ADT did not record none of this. I had to physically record it, but I'm gonna get into that. Y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. So I look up at the front door and I'm like, babe, somebody's at the front door, and I'm not expecting nobody to be at the front door. Like, I'm not expecting nobody, no packages around this time. Like, there's no package supposed to be delivered. I don't know who this is. They're just standing there. They didn't even ring a doorbell. So then my husband, he goes to look at the camera as well, because I told him I was like, look at the camera. And during this time, I'm actually running back to, not really running, but like walking. I grab our son and I go into our room because I go to grab, you know, I go to grab my little ace boom coon. No, just kidding. I go to grab my ace and read in between the lines what ace is. Okay? So I go to grab my ace, and yeah, I go to like load that bad boy, and I told my husband, anybody come through these doors, it's game time. I'm like, yeah, somebody come through those doors, like they're having it, because at the end of the day I gotta protect our son. Like, it's it. Like, I'm protecting him at all costs. At all costs. I don't care what I have to do. I'm gonna protect him. At the end of the day, that's fine. At the end of the day, I'm gonna protect my son, and that's that. Already fully loaded. I just gotta put the mag, in and get her going. Just cock her back, and she's ready to go. At this time, I gotta tell my husband, like, should I say something through the doorbell? Because by this time, I'm looking at the camera, and he goes to walk down the stairs, pacing back and forth, looking around, looking suspicious, and then he goes to put on one glove, and then he goes to put on the other glove, but then he rings the doorbell in the process of putting on the gloves. I don't know which hand he rung the doorbell with, so don't ask me that question. I don't know. I just know he rung the doorbell in the process of me seeing him putting on the gloves. And I'm also trying to screen record this, as well as, get my ace ready. So, anywho, I have my son, I'm getting him situated, getting ready to put him in the closet, so that way, if I have to, if it comes down to it, and I need to put him in there and close that door and put in some work, I'll do just that. Put him in the closet, close the door, and put in some work. So, at this point in time, my husband's like, no, don't say nothing, like, because they probably, like, looking to see somebody's home. Like, it was kind of like a between a rock and a hard place. If I would have said something or through the doorbell camera, then he probably would have been like, oh, somebody's home. She sounds like she's a female. She sounds like she's here by herself. Let me go ahead and signal whoever I need to signal to come in and we do this job, right? Or B, nobody's home. Let me go ahead and we come back later and do what we need to do and run this house up, So it was kind of like between a rock and a hard place. It was really kind of a hard call at that point of deciding whether to communicate and figure out what he wanted, or don't communicate and just let him come in and figure out if somebody's home or not. So with that being said, he's putting on a glove. He puts on one glove. He stands there, post up, pace, come back, put on the other glove. And then, mind you, all of this is screen recorded. It's on the screen recording. I'm actually see if I can add the footage, or at least screenshots, into this clip so that y'all can see I have evidence. This is not clickbait. This actually did happen. All right, I'm still looking at the camera, and then my husband's like, call the police. So I'm like, yeah, I'll call them, but let me go ahead and try to get footage, because I'm pretty sure ADT is not getting this footage, because the last incident that happened, ADT did not get the footage. Didn't record nothing, but ADT want to record when the police get there and we're outside talking to the police, but you couldn't do your job and record the stuff we need recorded. But as you can see, when I zoom in, you can actually see the person in like a car pull up in the background, because the cameras actually pan out to the street after our road. So I see this car pulls up to the curb down the street, and a person gets out and they're propped up in front of their car, kind of like sitting there, just chilling in front of their car, posted up on their car. And my immediate thought is, okay, it could be the guy's father watching him or parent watching him, go if he is rendering service. But mind you, we have a sign here on the door that says no soliciting. Not only that, we have a sign in our yard that says private property. Not only that, why did you not go to any of our neighbor's house if you're really rendering service? Why are you just posted up at our house and you're just not putting on gloves? It's a house. It's 2 houses before you even get to our house from that way. Why did you immediately come to our house? Not only that, if you are rendering service, why are you deciding to put on gloves after you've gotten onto our property and in our yard and on our porch? You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of look fishy and suspect. Y'all let me know if I'm just tripping, but like, I'm not the type that's gonna open the door for somebody that's putting on gloves as you know what I'm saying, like, as they're approaching my yard, like approaching my door. Actually, first of all, he stood there. For one, the red flag is you stood there. You did not ring a doorbell, knock, nothing. I didn't even know you was there. My dogs had to tell me you was there. The second thing is you're putting on gloves and he's looking dead at the camera as he's putting on gloves, but you're not even like, you're weird. Don't be weird, So, anywho, homeboy was just gonna sit out there all day if it was left up to me. And if he tried to come in, that would be the last house he would have tried to come in. If you really try to render service, you should have rung the doorbell to begin with, not just stood there like an idiot before even trying to ring a doorbell. You didn't even knock. Come on now. But y'all let me know down in the comments, like I said down below, if y'all think that I was just over exaggerating, or if it was a good thing that I actually did not go to the door, did not respond to this guy, and got ready to go ahead and protect me and my son at the end of the day. I guess he eventually just gave up because sis wasn't gonna go open that door. Sis wasn't gonna communicate with you. Sis wasn't gonna figure out what you wanted. Simple as that. So homeboy ended up pacing back and forth. Eventually he left. Eventually he got on his bike, because he had on the bike. That's another thing to point out to y'all. He had on his backpack. It didn't even look like a school. It was just like a backpack. And he had on, like I said, the gloves that he pulled out of his pocket and was putting on. And then he had the bike, his bike that he had. And so he ended up finally leaving our porch. He ended up going down the stairs and finally got on his bike and started circling right here in front of our yard, started circling. And then he finally pulled off on his bike and went down the way in the direction that the car was. He went down to that direction. Ice cream truck. But yeah, he went down to that direction where the car was at, where the person I said that seemed like he was in cahoots with the guy. So he rides his bike to the right street, then he rides his bike back to the left street, and then he comes back up this road past our house, and he rides pretty slow. Now as he's coming up on his bike, passing the road, I'm passing our house, that's when the person, like I said, I'm paying attention to that car as well. That person then gets up from posted up in front of their car, walk around to their driver door. They get inside their car, and as the guy pulls past our house, that's when the car eventually pulls right behind him and rides slow as well past our house. What make you think that they ain't in cahoots with each other? Do you get what I'm putting down? But I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all see the footage, if I can put the footage on here. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and put in some screenshots so y'all can see. I'm gonna clip them screenshots and put them right here so y'all can see right here. Okay guys, so the truck there that you see in the background, don't pay any attention to that. That truck had been there for several days, so that has nothing to do with this video. Just pay attention to this guy, and as well as the surroundings. I'm not sure if he's actually on the phone or whatnot, or if he's just sitting there playing with his nails. I don't know. Can't really tell. Mind you, this is from the ADT camera. As I mentioned, I was screen recording this, so. Okay guys, so it turns out he is on the phone. You can see he puts it in his pocket as he walks off, going to his bicycle. Or, well, first, my bad, he's looking behind our home, because our gates on the side says beware of dogs and private property. So, and mind you, this is ADT. Like I said, these are the reasons why we switched from ADT to Vivint, because of things like this. It kept timing out. It always times out. We're never able to, when things like this happen, we're never able to get footage, you know? Now, this is him after he had rung the doorbell. He has one glove on. The other glove is not on yet. See, he's putting on the other glove. And he can't be coming to offer any service for our lawn because, as you can see, our front yard is perfectly fine. We have landscaping done. So what is there he's really coming to offer when putting on gloves? Just keep that in mind too, for those of you who are like, well, maybe he's offering service for your lawn. No, sweetheart, that is turf, artificial grass over there. That's not real grass. At this point, he was just circling around in the front on his bike. Okay, look in the far distance, guys. You see that car pull up? Don't worry, I'm gonna zoom in. As I was screen recording, I noticed that car, and I eventually zoomed in because I saw a person like posted up on the front of the car. So, yeah, just pay attention. Y'all will see. Alright, guys, just be patient because he is going to come back up that street. And mind you, this person's still standing at the front of their car. And they are at the curb. So you see there? Person posted up in the front. There he goes, riding his bike back up. And just pay attention because the guy is now, I don't know if it's a guy or female, but they're now going to go and get in their car. And there he goes, getting in his car. And then he's going to ride by within a few minutes. And I know y'all are probably like, well, Dav, how did you know that he did not go to the neighbors and talk to them or try to talk to them or whatnot? Well, one of our neighbors, he actually saw him and he did not say anything to our neighbor, didn't offer any service to our neighbor. And the neighbor that's right over here to the right side over there in the far distance, he did not go to them as well. And their front yard is not done at all. So what does that tell y'all? But I don't know, y'all let me know down in the comments below what y'all think. And as you can see, he's coming up and he's just gonna ride by. It had me pretty paranoid. And so like I was like, yeah, I don't trust ADT. When we called the cops, ADT decided they wanted to record when the cops was here and we was outside talking to the cops. And then our neighbor, he actually was outside in his yard, but his back was turned because he was putting up decorations for his kids. He didn't quite like see the guy at first, but then his wife actually got his attention and told him that, hey, pay attention, like that guy over there is looking kind of weird, suspect at our neighbor's house, like he's kind of looking like he's up to no good. That's when the guy turned around and paid attention to the guy, and he sent his daughter, which is around 3-4 years old. I don't know exactly how old she is, but around 3-4-ish years old. She's a little baby. He said that he sent her in the house at that point because he didn't know if this guy was a pedophile, sex trafficker, and we're here in El Paso, Texas. Like, there's a lot of those things going on already because we're so close to the border. So he already was like, and they're military as well. So he already was like, yeah, let me go ahead and send my daughter inside. So he sent his daughter inside, and he turns around and he sits on his porch and he looks at the guy and he was like, I told him like, hey, what's up? Like, I see you, you know, like, hey, I see you. What's up? You know, why are you just standing there on our neighbor's property like that? So yeah, like that was a pretty crazy incident, y'all. Tell me what y'all think down below, but I feel like your girl was paranoid for a reason, and I feel like your girl handled that pretty well. I feel like your girl, you know, did a good job by not answering that door and by not trying to figure out, because what if I would answer that door? I have our 7-month-old and I'm at home by myself, a female. Even though, yes, I have protection, but it's all the way in the room. Mind you, what if I would have opened that door after he did ring the doorbell, opened that door and said, you know, like, hey, even if I would have communicated with him through the camera system, he could have been like, oh yeah, I'm just coming to do service, da 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 da. Whatever the case may be, I would have opened the door, and he would have like not. And mind you, my gut feeling was telling me not to open the door. I'm gonna follow my gut over anything. So, especially me being suspect. So, what if I would have opened that door and he would have bone rushed me? Mind you, what if my son was in my arm? He would have bone rushed me and knocked me and my son on the floor. I'm telling y'all, if he had knocked me, if that would have happened and he would have knocked me on the floor, he better hope he had knocked all my bones loose, because if I would have had enough willpower to get off that floor and he had not, like, you know, like fully attacked me and I had means to get away from him, oh, he would have had every single one of them lids in his butt. Every single one of them. So with that being said, y'all, like, your girl just followed her mind and she did not open that door. And also I listened to my husband. At the end of the day, he's a man, so hey, maybe he, you know what I'm saying, his at the end of the day, his mind could have been, you know, more in tune than I was, because I'm actually in a situation. You're actually in a situation, you don't really think thoroughly. But thankfully, I actually was thinking thoroughly. But thank God that, you know, I was on the phone with him at the time, and he actually was like, you know, just kind of being more strategic with it. So with that being said, y'all, thank y'all again for tuning into this video today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so you get notified next time I drop a new video. Your girl kind of like still paranoid and all, but hey, we got Vivint now. And that's kind of why, like, we're in the process of transferring over to Vivint from ADT, because ADT is whack. I'm not trying to trash no business, but our experience with ADT has been whack so far. It does not record things that it needs to record. It does not record 24/7. Like, it doesn't pick up things. It only pick up when it want to pick up and what it want to pick up. And your girl ain't got time for that. I need 100% security. That's what I'm paying for. It's 100% security. So that's what I need. I don't need nothing that's gonna just, you know, barely get me by. I need something that's gonna carry me through. And you don't need to barely get me by. You need to carry me through. And that's what I need. So Vivint, that's why I switched over to Vivint. Our neighbors have Vivint, and they actually told us that it's really good, you know, product to invest in. And so that's what we got. And yeah, ADT is giving us a very hard time with canceling. So if you feel like you don't know which type of security system to go with and you're kind of up in the air, I would say don't commit yourself to ADT. Don't purchase nothing through ADT unless you know for sure that you want ADT and you want to put up with their bull crap, because they're making it hard right now for us to even terminate the service. We only had the service not even for 3 months yet, and they're already giving us a hard time. So, and they're trying to charge us an arm and a leg and 2 thighs just to cancel the service. So y'all, with that being said, you know, tell me what y'all think down in the comments below. But that's the story time about us possibly getting robbed. And yeah, why we switched from ADT to Vivint. It is what it is, guys. Alright, guys, so thank y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you get notified every time I drop a new video. Thank y'all. Have a blessed day. We out, we out, we out.